Imagine waking up to the news that Russia has declared war on the USA and NATO. What would happen next? This provocative question looms large as we ponder the unimaginable. It's a complex chess game of military strengths, strategies, and potential outcomes. In this video we will analyze the military strengths, weaknesses, strategies, and potential outcomes of such a war. First, we must understand the military strengths of each party. Russia, the USA, and NATO each possess formidable military powers. Russia's strength lies in its massive active military personnel, boasting over 1 million personnel. Coupled with an impressive arsenal of nuclear weapons, Russia is a force to be reckoned with. On the other hand, the USA maintains an edge with its technological innovations and advancements. Their military strength is enhanced by cutting-edge weaponry, advanced drones, and an unparalleled navy. Moreover, the USA has a significant number of active personnel and a substantial nuclear arsenal. NATO, as an alliance, combines the military strengths of its 29 member nations. Its power is not just in numbers but also in the geographical advantages it holds. Member nations span North America and Europe, forming a vast network that can provide strategic and logistical advantages. This isn't a game of numbers though. Military strength is not solely determined by the number of soldiers or the size of the arsenal. It's about strategic positioning, technological prowess, and the ability to adapt and respond in real time to changing battlefield conditions. The military strengths of these nations are immense and varied, which would undoubtedly influence the course of a conflict. However, every strength comes with a set of weaknesses. In the chessboard of international conflict, economic constraints often play a significant role. The Russian economy, heavily reliant on oil and gas exports, could face crippling sanctions that hamper its ability to finance a prolonged war. On the other hand, the United States and NATO, while financially more robust, would also face the economic strain of sustaining war efforts far from home. Moving beyond economics, logistical challenges can't be ignored. For Russia, the vast geographical expanse of NATO territories could stretch its military thin. In contrast, the USA and NATO will have to navigate the logistical nightmare of mobilizing and supplying troops in potentially hostile territories thousands of miles away from their homeland. Internal issues too play a crucial role. Russia, already grappling with dissent and protests, may find it challenging to maintain internal stability during a war. The USA and NATO, while politically more stable, aren't immune to the societal unrest that a war could trigger. But in the midst of these weaknesses, strategic maneuvering becomes pivotal. Russia, with its historical penchant for asymmetric warfare, could use tactics such as cyber attacks or misinformation campaigns to destabilize its adversaries. The USA and NATO, with their superior technological prowess and intelligence capabilities, would likely rely on precision strikes and advanced defensive systems to counter Russian aggression. However, the current geopolitical climate adds another layer of complexity. With the increasing involvement of other global powers, the strategies used by Russia, the USA, and NATO would need to consider not just the immediate battlefield, but also the global chessboard, where alliances and interests intertwine in a complex web. The strategies employed and the weaknesses exposed could significantly alter the trajectory of a war. But what could be the potential outcomes of such a war? In pondering this, we must consider the military strengths, weaknesses, and strategies previously discussed, as well as the global political climate. One possible scenario could be a stalemate, where both sides, recognizing the high stakes and potential devastation, choose to avoid full-scale warfare, leading to a tense but controlled standoff. On the other hand, should an all-out conflict occur, the fallout could be unimaginable. With Russia's military might and NATO's collective defense, the clash would likely result in significant loss and destruction, not to mention the economic repercussions. Global markets would certainly be disrupted, potentially triggering a worldwide recession. Then there's the political aftermath. Such a war could redefine global alliances and shift the balance of power. Nations may be forced to choose sides, leading to a polarized world order. Lastly, we mustn't forget the humanitarian impact. Wars often result in mass displacements, loss of life, and lasting trauma. The outcomes of such a war could be far-reaching, affecting not only the involved nations but the entire world. In sum, a war between Russia, the USA, and NATO would be a complex and devastating event. We've looked at the military strengths, weaknesses, and potential strategies of all parties involved. The USA and NATO boast advanced technology and a united front, while Russia holds home field advantage and a vast, seasoned military. Potential outcomes are as varied as they are unpredictable. One thing is certain: the global balance of power could shift dramatically. Economically, the world would face an upheaval as nations scramble to secure resources and protect their interests. Moreover, the humanitarian implications are staggering. The loss of life, displacement of people, and long-term trauma would be immense. While it is impossible to predict the exact course of a hypothetical war, it is clear that the ramifications would be felt around the globe.